Modelflight, and we're here today to look at some of the exciting new products that have arrived over the last few weeks as samples and that will be available from Modelflight in the coming weeks. First up, we have the new Vaterra Glamosphere, which is a dune buggy. It's a four-seater dune buggy. It's very similar to the Glamis Uno that was released about 6 months ago and has been very well received Australia-wide. It's got a 3300 kV brushless motor included, waterproof electronics. It comes with a 2S LiPo and AC charger. It comes with the very top quality DX2L Spectrum radio, which gives you a super secure RF link. This is a pretty fast machine, and you can have a lot of fun with this. It goes very fast on the included 2S LiPo. There is an optional 3S LiPo available. With that included, it will go in excess of 90 kilometres per hour. And lots of suspension travel, independent four-wheel suspension, so you can run it on a rough surface, you can run it on sand, on dirt, on grass, on bitumen. It's very quick. You'll be able to see from one of our other demo videos just how fast this machine is, and the suspension with its oil-filled shocks. It's very good. Sealed uni joints at the back, so you can run it on dirt, sand. You can run it through not really deep water, but you can run it through water. It's very waterproof, very versatile, and a lot of fun. Very nice scale, detailed body. This is going to be a big success, I think. So if you want something fast, nice looking, waterproof, with all the spare parts backup that you might ever need, the Glamosphere is the machine for you. Here's a close-up look at the Vaterra Glamosphere, showing the independent suspension that it has on all four corners, oil-filled shocks on all four corners. It's got a 3300 kV brushless motor installed. It has a waterproof dynamite fuse speed control, and fitted inside is the waterproof receiver and servos. You can see the very easy access you have to the battery compartment on the bottom, the LiPo battery, the included 2S LiPo or the optional 3S, very easily fitted in there. Aluminium chassis, it's very well sealed, it's strong, it's light, and man is it fast. This is a lot of fun. Next up, we have the Blade 350QX, and this is one of the most exciting new products that we've ever had at Modelflight. There's a huge worldwide interest in quadcopters, and the 350QX is sure to satisfy a lot of demand that you might have for a stable platform that you can take video footage from. It can be very aerobatic. It's very stable. It's a very clever device. A couple of the key features are that this camera mount is included. It's a shock absorbing mount, so rubber mounts in there. It comes with the GoPro camera mount. Sadly, the camera is not included, but Modelflight will be selling the GoPro camera shortly, so we'll be offering bundles that include the camera. So bear in mind the camera is not included. This is a beautifully made device with stiff rotor blades. Brushless motors. It uses a 3S 2200 LiPo that fits in the back here, and that's all included. In Australia, we're selling this as a bind and fly version, so it does not come with a transmitter. Modelflight will be bundling it with the DX6i, which we sell as a transmitter only, and this is a really good transmitter to fly this quadcopter with. The quad has all Spectrum gear installed, so it is a bind and fly machine. The very good thing about the 6i is that it will let you have full access to the safe mode features that this quad incorporates. SAFE stands for Sensor Assisted Flight Envelope, and it's got a super clever PC based processor on board, and this has it's a 6-axis gyro based device which lets it do a whole lot of smart things. It has the ability to, when you flick a switch, for the quad to come home. You set a reference point when you take off, and if you want to, you just flick a switch, and wherever the quad is, it will come back to that base and land fully automatically. One of the other safe options is that you can set it up and incorporate a safety circle so that the 350QX will never come back and fly close to you. It won't come within 5 meters of where you're standing, which is fantastic for beginners. Another one of the safe modes is that no matter what the orientation of the quad is relative to you, if you give it a right aileron or a right roll input, it will roll to the right. No matter where it is, if it's this way and you give right aileron, it will go that way. If it's here and you give right aileron, it will go that way. A very, very good feature for beginners because you don't have to worry about the orientation of the quad. It comes with a 3S2200 LiPo fitted with EC3 connectors and a DC charger, so you've got everything you need included in the package except for a transmitter. And if you don't already have a Spectrum compatible transmitter, Modelflight can help you with DX6i or above to fly the quad with. The B&F package includes some spare propellers. Modelflight will have a full range of spare parts available. So this is, it's a very exciting package. Quads are super popular at the moment. This hits a really good price point. It's got well-proven Spectrum technology and it comes from the Blade team, so you know that it's going to be stable, that it's going to work absolutely brilliantly. We look forward to having these in limited numbers on the shelf in September. So get in quick, guys, because these are going to be really hot. Here we are with the Blade 350QX in a close-up view. You can see the 4 brushless outrunner motors that give it a lot of power. More than enough thrust to lift the GoPro camera, which is optional, but this shock absorbing mount is included so that you get fantastic quality video from your GoPro or whatever camera you might like to mount. You can see that it's a glass-filled nylon structure, glass-filled nylon propellers which are very stiff, reduces cavitation, helps maintain stable flight. GPS sensor here, which when you use the safe technology that's fitted, can give you fixed altitude capability for recording video footage. It also is the brains behind the come home ability that this has. This little hatch here provides access to the battery compartment. A 3S2200 LiPo very easily fits in here, gives you up to 10 minutes flight time, depending just how aggressive you are with what you're doing. Shock absorbing undercarriage. It's a very stable, strong yet lightweight platform with the bonus of this included shock absorbing camera mount. Look for GoPro cameras to be available from Modelflight that you can pair with your 350QX. It's going to be amazing. Here we are with the new HobbyZone Delta Ray. This is a really clever new trainer. HobbyZone were the first people in the world to bring out an electric ready-to-fly model back in 2001, and they have just continued over the years to push the envelope. This incorporates a whole lot of very clever technology and clever aerodynamics. It's a Delta. It's a very well-proven platform that is very stable, has a very low stall speed and very benign stall characteristics. Couple that with the fences that are on the wingtips, makes for a super stable platform even before they put the smart electronics on board. It's got some clever mechanical features. It's got a rubber nose for shock absorbing. You'll notice that the motors are mounted after the nose, so they're very unlikely to ever hit the ground. The wingtips are held on with tape, so we've just got them very loosely taped in place. So if the beginner does cartwheel the plane, the tips they'll come off, they're unlikely to break. The fin is removable, that's a press fit into the fuselage. It's made from an EPP style foam, Z foam, so it's also very forgiving. It will bounce rather than break. So the structure is good, the aerodynamics are very good, and then we introduce safe technology. So sensor assisted flight envelope, which first appeared with the Apprentice S, widely acclaimed in the Nano QX and coming out in a whole lot of new Horizon-based products. Fantastic technology for a beginner. With the model set in the beginner mode, it's very limited in the amount of roll or pitch. The angle of bank is limited by the sensors built into the receiver, so that the beginner just cannot get it upside down, can't dive at the ground. Merely letting go of the sticks will self-right the aeroplane. so it makes learning very, very simple. It has elevons, so aileron elevator, and then asymmetric thrust to help coordinate the turns of the plane. Again, so the beginner doesn't have to work the steering and the elevator input to a very large extent when he's learning. These various modes are controlled via the new DX4E that's included, which has a 3-position switch to switch between the 3 flight modes. You've got the beginner mode, you've got the intermediate mode, which increases the allowable angle of bank so that the beginner can advance once he's feeling more comfortable. Then in the 3rd mode, all those limitations are switched off, and this should be a really cool aerobatic aeroplane. Loops, rolls, inverted flight will be very possible in that mode. So the Delta Ray, fantastic structure, very good aerodynamics, absolutely amazing electronics that will let a beginner go out and learn to fly all on his own. It's got Spectrum technology, it's got the DX4E transmitter that can be used later with other bind and fly models throughout the HobbyZone, ParkZone, E-Flight, Blade range. It includes a 2S1300 LiPo DC charger. It has wheels that can be simply clipped in or removed depending on the flying surface that you're flying from, so it will take off from the ground, and the safe technology means that it's going to take off in a straight line, again making it really easy for the beginner. If you're flying off a rougher surface or long grass, we'd say leave the wheels off. It has finger grips on the bottom for hand launching, so it's really simple to launch. The motors are well out of your way, you're not going to cut yourself when you launch it, and landing in the longer grass without the undercarriage will be a better way to go. So a really, really clever new trainer that really just extends the boundaries of what HobbyZone are offering. Highly recommended for beginner or intermediate pilots. It's going to be a lot of fun. The last product we want to talk about today is the new Ultra Micro Icon A5. Based on the full-size amphibious aircraft that's a really exciting and very popular light aircraft is the Icon A5, and very distinctive lines. Given the success of its big brother, the ParkZone team have brought out this ultra micro version, 620mm span, powered by the included 2S180 LiPo with a small outrunner brushless motor. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. Given the wet weather that we've had lately, there's little ponds everywhere that you'll be able to fly this little machine from, if float plane flying is your thing, or you can very easily, in a matter of seconds, fit the included undercarriage so that it will take off from a smooth surface. Fitted with AS3X technology, this bind and fly plane is going to be super stable, so it will fly much bigger than it actually is and offer fantastic performance. It gives you great tracking on the ground and super stability when you're flying in turbulent air. With its broad-based keel, it's going to be really stable on the water, and it lifts off very easily. There are no pontoons to dig in and get caught, so it's one of the best behaved planes on water that we've ever seen. Absolutely unique out there in the marketplace, a small amphibious aircraft with really cool lines. The Icon A5 is sure to be a real hit, and if you haven't tried float plane flying before, well, this makes it really easy because you don't need a big expanse of water to fly it, and if you want to fly off land, simply click the undercarriage in place. 1 minute later you can take off from a smooth surface. So we look forward to these arriving in September. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll give you a quick 360 close-up view of the Ultra Micro Icon A5. You can see the keel here. This is where the undercarriage would clip in, the little linear servos direct drive out to the ailerons, and here the 3-bladed pusher with the small brushless motor fitted in here. Fantastic combination.